Hello everyone, and welcome to another stream. How's everyone doing today? Let's bring the chat in as well. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday, happy weekend as well. Wait, this is going to be a short stream. We are not going to do too much, but I think we will try to have at least some good work done. We look into some of the applications that I created that I need to publish, some applications and libraries as well, and most likely just making them open source as well. We'll see how that goes. JD says, "Are you walking?" Yes, I am. I was on a vacation last weekend. This weekend, I thought I might have lost of a few kilos, maybe. I was wrong. So the hunt still continues. I'm gonna put some more time on it. You see, yeah, large is good enough. What does custom say? Oh, okay. Maybe we can make this a bit bigger, like this. Hmm. Oh, look at that. They've definitely improved some of the UI elements. I don't know which one do we like more. I like the compact one. Hmm. Nope. 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 I think compact has the best readability. Mohammed Faiz says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You will write code while walking? Yeah, I do everything while walking. I'm cleaning my glasses right now. But yeah, I can write code. I can also read code. I can also ask my agents to do stuff while I'm walking. So, not a big problem at all. How about yourself? What have you guys been working on? Any interesting projects that you might want to show that you're working with? Makame Momini says, could you explain more about the project, a notebook that talks back? Yeah, sure. That was inspired from a particular what do you call it? From a particular Twitter/X video. I don't know if I can find it, to be honest, but I looked at that and I was like, okay, this is something really cool that I can work with. And then I started discussing with AI a bit, how to do it, or what ideas could we come up with, which are similar to that one. And we went through a few steps. Now, this is what I like to do. I like to use AI to discuss a lot of things instead of just asking it to write the code, because when you ask it to write the code, it just writes the code. But I think we can use AI much more when it comes to brainstorming or just bouncing some ideas, etc. So I think that's a better usage of AI, to be honest. While you're at it, guys, make sure to press the like button and also share this video so more people can watch this as well. That really helps. But Makame, what do you want to explicitly talk about? Do you want to look at the demo, or want me to run the application, or do you want to go through the code and understand from it? What do you want? Muhammad Faiz, welcome to the stream. Faiz, how are you doing? And welcome. You're also from UBIT. Usually, I joke around and usually say "sun ke dukh hua," like I'm gonna say it again, but no. Good to have people coming from UBIT as well, of course. All the best with your studies. I know it's gonna be tough, but I think you're gonna end up on the bright side of the things. Hopefully, inshallah. Black Whiskey says, starting to learn React. What do you want to say or suggest? I want to suggest that you watch my video, React tutorial, React crash course in 90 minutes. So have a look at that. I go through the whole creation of how you create an app with React. Um, I believe I also go through all the core concepts. For example, context versus state, etc., etc. But also, I think you will find more videos on React, especially around testing as well. So when you're working on any framework, whether it's Angular or React or Flutter, whatever you're working with, especially when you're working with AI, you have to ensure that whatever you're writing is robust. It's quality checked, and you are not going to go into issues, or the end users would not fall into bugs, for example. So when you want to do that, you want to also look into testing. So I have specific videos on, I think, both unit tests with React and also end-to-end tests. For unit tests, you can use VTest, which is the latest framework now. You can also use Jest as well, but you can use VTest or Jest. And for end-to-end tests, you can use Playwright. So this is what I use for my projects as well. But also, I've been using it in the past at multiple companies. So Playwright, VTest, and then just understand how React works when it comes to virtual DOM. Understand how you can use context or Redux or state management tools like Zustand, for example. You could also start looking into things like what's that, Ten Stack is becoming really famous as well. So definitely look into those. I'm learning coding, but with the help of Claude, I'm building an app for rent a car, which people can book a car from city to city for marriages, etc. Okay, good to know. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, Muhammad Zishan. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, Salam Qasmi. What kind of projects are you working on with AI? I'm going to probably start coding after my tea is done. I'm thinking of also opening the door. It's becoming a bit warm in here. All right, let's see. JD Goldhunter says, I just shared the idea with you. Can you tell me what should I do? I mean, you just go ahead and build the application. I mean, what kind of, when you say, can you tell me what should I do? That's a very vague and a big question. You have to be really specific. Black Whiskey is asking, you living in the States right now? No, I'm not. I'm living in Sweden, in Stockholm. I've been to States a few times, but no, I don't live there. Makami says, I'd like to use it and its code and then expand it based on my personal needs. Yeah, why not? I can I think I can open source that. How about we do? How about we open source that in this stream? Is that a good idea? Is that something you would want to see? Because right now I think the code is only in my machine right now. So that was the comment. Is anti-gravity good for vibe coding? Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice. Anti-gravity plus AI Studio plus the deployment infrastructure. That's really nice. Bro, what matters most for grabbing a job are those projects or something else? It's actually a combination of a lot of things. When you're going for a job, they don't look at only your project, they look at you, like who you are, what's your background, have you studied in the university, have you gotten a diploma, have you worked with a team, are you capable of communicating your thoughts, how do you do in your interview. And also every interview is really different. So one thing that I want everyone to understand when you're actually searching for a job is that you have to apply to, I would say, 50 jobs to actually get maybe 5 interviews. And out of those 5, you can most likely clear one. So you have to just keep applying because every interview is different. There's no standard. There's no universal standard for how people take interview. Even within a company, you can easily say that two different people would take two completely different interviews because everybody takes interviews based on their own experience or their own style, so to say. So even two people in the company would take a different sort of interview. So to get a job, the first thing would be to come in the eyes of recruiters, have a resume which is scannable by that ATS parsers. I don't know what the full form is, maybe automatic tracking system or something like that. But anyways, there are systems, ATS, alpha, table, and then sun. So when you have a resume that parses through it, then you go through most likely the interview process. Then you obviously prepare for the interview. That's a completely different ball game. Your experience could be years of experience, but you may not still clear interviews. You have to sit and prepare for the interview separately, and then you try to ace your interview. So I hope that answers the question. Makame says that would be nice. Yeah, sure. Let's try to do that then. I'm pretty sure I deployed or I worked with a local version of it, and it's pretty easy to run as well. I don't think we have a particular, what do you call it, um, a particular deployment for it yet. And I'm thinking right now if I should, because I also have some videos coming up as well. I'm thinking if I should even keep that for one of my next videos, or I would have to come up with a new idea of what to build in that case. But I think we can open source it maybe. I'm currently building fitness app. I approached you on LinkedIn from your review on its UI. Currently, I'm facing some issues with implementing Figma design into the app coding. Codex doesn't match it. Okay. I think it also depends on how good the Figma design is, and then also how good of a definition Codex has of your Figma design. So, are you using a Figma MCP server that Codex has? Is the Figma design itself containing all those definitions like CSS, margins, paddings, etc.? I think all of that matters. So it's not that you can just say, okay, Codex doesn't understand it, because Codex itself, it's uh, it's not capable on itself. When you download Codex, you have to also add a bunch of things to it to make it work as you should. So I don't think I can help much. I don't have access to your code. Also, I don't have enough time, unfortunately. But I remember we discussed on LinkedIn. Um, but yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna quickly see which tab it is, so I'm not disturbing. The other parts, Enchanted Notebook, right? I think that's the one. Let me share my screen. Yeah. And now the chat has gone weird. So how do we deal with this? Let's see if we can do it like this. Maybe chat goes like this, or we hide the chat completely. What do we do? I could also. Oh, okay. I could also do that. So maybe just keep the chat up till here and do it like this. But then I would have to also change it so the text coming is at the top. Let's see. Give me 1 second. If I do top, then I think we're good. So the latest messages should be at the top then. Okay, there we go. Good. I think yeah. So we can now go ahead. So let's see what did we have here. 1 second. I'm gonna also wear my glasses. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What did we have here? Did we have a Docker compose YAML? Yes, we had. So what we do is we open Docker. Let's see if I can find. I don't like I don't like this at all. The Mac, what do you call it? Mac's Spotlight app, and I can also see the screen is stuck. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna double check that it looks correct. No, it doesn't. So I have to still start again. Give me 1 second. And we start with the left half. We share the screen. Take it the other side. And let's see. And I'm gonna try to share my screen again. Window partial screen camera. And now we see it correctly. Okay, good. So we start with this. Mohammed says, I'm using Figma plugins, but I didn't have Figma developer mode, so I gave reference images of UI to code. Can we create working UI reference images? Not exactly one to one, to be honest. I think that's not going to be accurate, unfortunately. So if you give it just images, then it's just going to try to interpret as best as it can, but it won't be as accurate. So if you have Figma MCP server, you would have to set up the MCP server, and then you'll take it from there. If that makes sense. So yeah. Let's see, which one was it? Was it no? Was it? It was this one, right? Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. So only the Figma thingy thing you would not work. You would have to use an MCP server or something. So we hide this guy, and when 1 second, and you can see it doesn't really find the Docker. I think the indexing is essentially broken. Let me see if I go to the applications. Can I find Docker or no? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So here is the enchanted notes in this case. Do you see it or no? Oh no, I think that's going to be a bit of a problem. Let's see. Um, I'm thinking if I should build the application or not, or is it going to be a consistent pain if we keep doing this? If I do it like this, do it like this, and then share the partial cam. No, can't have that if it's down there. Makes sense. So then sharing it, and then we have this guy right here. Okay, let's see. So what I was saying was we have the enchanted notebook here, and then we have Docker, which is running right now the Postgres database, which you can see right here. So you could use a Neon database as well if you wanted. And let's quickly add something before I forget. So let's open a session. Let's add enchanted notebook, and maybe we do one Pomodoro. I think that should be good enough. So we pick the enchanted notebook, and then we start a timer on it, and now we can proceed from there. I have over 23 years of experience in telecom RAN. Which career path should I move into now? Best to use my experience: cloud, AI, data analytics, cybersecurity. Thank you. Telecom RAN. I don't know much about that, to be honest, what that means, but I think it would be related to, I think cloud, DevOps, and networking would be your go to in that case. So try that out. All the best. एहसन भाई बहुत अच्छी कोडिंग करते हो अपना एक यूट्यूब चैनल खोलो अच्छा तालिब इल्म श्योर श्योर थिंग वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाह I've already connected the Figma MCP with Codex, but I don't work. But it doesn't work. One more thing, can I put a local light element in any app for offline AI coach? I have created AI coach in my fitness app. Yeah, you can. There are a bunch of LLMs which you can use via Transformer JS, and you can pick any Hugging Face model that works with Transformer JS, and then essentially use that. So yeah, you can do that. Okay, let's see. So if I go to apps, okay, so we have both of them, right? So let's open personal enchanted notes, or actually notebook. So npm run, or actually cd apps enchanted notes API. Okay, so npx nx serve enchanted notes API. So we're going to start the backend, and then we can start the front end as well. pxnx enchanted nodes. So we start this guy as well. Oh, my bad. Serve. So let's try this out. I'm gonna open a new tab, and we go to localhost. I think it's 4200, or which one is it running the front end on 4400? Okay. Okay, so this is the enchanted node application. I'm not sure how many of you have seen the demo. How many of you have seen the demo? Can you raise your hands or say me in the chat? Talbim says, Asan by any recommendation for getting remote jobs? Yeah, try applying to those. So try applying to those, get to an interview, and then try to see what goes wrong when you are in the interview. I'm also thinking to go cloud. All anyways, thank you. Yeah, definitely. I would say keep it small. Unless what I've learned with multiple applications is that if you don't have users, don't bother spending too much time on the infrastructure, etc. Because I might actually get rid of some of my applications which are live. To be honest, we'll see how that goes. For example, there's this one. I will send the emails to the users who are using the application right now. We have a bunch, like 350 plus. We have 70 challenges completed. We have badges earned, etc. You can see the top learners of the month as well. So we have a bunch of people who are using the application. But I'll see if I don't get too much traction. We'll see how that goes. But let's try a new node. My new node. We said it's going to be 10 minutes, or let's say a node for 3 minutes, and we summon the notebook, and there we go. Now in here, I'm going to put it to this side maybe, or maybe here. So here I could go ahead and try to write anything. Give me something. Maybe um, let's say can I trust AI? Beautiful writing, amazing job, and then we see what happens. You ask if you can trust AI, but you are framing the wrong relationship. Trust is a social contract between conscious agents capable of intent and accountability. AI has neither. It is a probabilistic engine, not a moral actor. You shouldn't be asking if you can trust it. You should be asking how you can verify its output when it lacks any intentional commitment to the truth. Now, this is amazing. This is a question that I think everybody, or especially juniors, ask so much. Like, AI is not giving us right output. And the fact of the matter is that you shouldn't even be asking this question, that or expecting that the AI would be giving you the right output, because you are the ones to verify the output. You are the ones who are going to tell AI that, okay, this is a good output, or no, this is not a good output. So that's what we are looking at. Why are you dancing? I'm not dancing, I'm walking. I'm walking on a treadmill. If I push my SaaS project to a public GitHub repository, can someone copy or steal it? How do companies safely use GitHub for production projects? If you push your SaaS project to public GitHub repository, then it is public. Anyone can use it. You do have the possibility to add a license to it, because there are licenses like MIT, which means that anybody can take this code, copy, modify, use it for selling. All of that applies. But then there are also other licenses as well. I think a similar one is Apache 2.0, but then there's a GPL license as well. You can do your research on which license you want, but you can put a license in with your code that, okay, this is only for education purposes, or this is not supposed to be used for selling or copying, or you just don't publish your code. Easy peasy. So I don't push code to public which I think I'm gonna make money from, or I don't want to be public. It's as simple as that. Okay, so what do we do here? What do we do here? Let's also do a storytelling with the same. So I'm going to copy this and go here and then paste it here and then do this. Oh no, I went with the skeptic again. I have to select the storyteller. So I'm going to go with the storyteller now and then do this. Think of a compass in a storm, okay? You don't trust the needle because it has integrity, you trust it because it reacts to magnetism predictably. If you use it to find north, you check your surroundings. This sounds really nice, and I can go ahead and I can accept this change. So I'm going to accept it, and then my output is going to be changed in this case. As you can see, it is being written really, really slowly. So, yep. Uh, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Guys, make sure to do the usual stuff, the likes, the shares, so the video also reaches other places as well. In the meantime, also let's have a look at the code itself. So I'm gonna open Enchanted Notes, no, Notebook, and let's quickly open this right here. I don't want to go to the ENV example. I want to see what is in gitignore right here. So let's see. Um, okay, that is good enough. Let's see what does the README look like. Okay. Okay, we have one problem. I forgot the name of the person who asked the question. Yes, not Mahmoud, actually. It was. Da, 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 da. Yes, Makame. So the problem here is that I would have to publish a particular. Yeah, I would have to publish the library to actually make this work, because this application actually is built on top of a library that I've written, which is this NGX Quill Inc. So I would have to actually publish that before anything happens. So let's see. Let's see if I can find it. And let's see if I go back, back, back. Um, it's not this one. Okay, maybe we can just go from here. Let's exit from here. Quick. Um, as in my enchanted note is your application you created from scratch or using API key. I created it myself, but I did not use. I did not code it myself. I used AI for it, but a lot of discussions with AI. I first created a library, which is this NGX Quailing. Then I brainstormed some ideas with it. Then I gave it a lot of context, some requirements. Then it built something. Then I went ahead and gave it more input, more requirements, more fixes, more tests, and then yeah, in the end we have this application. So what I'm gonna do is, I can't remember which was the actual project which we went through. I think it could be that we have it here. Let's see. We're going in the YOLO mode right now. So let's see if I can resume. Was it session? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure that I don't share any API keys with you. So let's see. No, that's not the one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, um, let's see. Let's do it this way. Um, we're gonna start with the app, and then we're going to go ahead and publish it accordingly. So let's see. Manuscripts redesign. I think this is the one. Da, 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 da. Yes. Okay. So now we're making this public. Public. So let's publish the ngx quill package. Ensure the readme is correct. We don't have any env variables exposed etc, and then we make this repo public too. Okay. uh, let's see, double check and ask any questions you have. um, that should not be the case actually. um, I think it should be not reload plugins, because they said we could go ahead. Hmm. Let's see, because I don't want to start this again. So let's do a resume. Um, I want to actually go ahead and copy this, but then clear, and then I want to double check if it is still does it. That's a bit weird. It should not be. Aha! It could be because it's not logged in. Okay. So let's see. Claw. Let's see. I think I would have to log in again. Give me 1 second. And let's try this again. Resume. And then we check. Not this one. This one. Continue. Let's see the models here. Um, Interesting. I'm gonna fix that later then. So let's switch to then the default one. When did Opus 5 came live? I didn't know. Interesting. Okay. So let's start with this. Um, can you explain the concept of loops? It seems like I can't get a grasp of it. When we talk about loops, we are essentially talking about a whole setup of, or a one, or an end-to-end setup for an agent to basically have. How do I go about this? So you can think of two different things, because people usually confuse this quite a lot. One thing is having an agentic loop to which you can give a task and then it can repeatedly do something until the goal is achieved. We now have that, as in, you can say sometimes you call it a goal, sometimes you call it a routine, sometimes you can also think of it as a cron job. There are different sort of implementations for it. For me personally, a loop is something where I give an agent something, and then it goes ahead and it does it end to end until the goal is achieved. For example, I have a bunch of applications that I have to, or sorry, I have a bunch of products, and I want to do some SEO on it. For example, I have this one, Focus Doro, which you can see there's a big clock right here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see. Uh, no, you can't see it. Give me 1 second. I now have to stop it and then start it. Give me 1 second. Share. Do it like this. Go back here to window. And then there you go. So here you would see this small widget here. So this is an app that I'm working, that is my product, so to say. This is called Focus Doro, which allows you to focus on something, and you can have it on your phone or your desktop, or you can use this Mac application, which always stays on top. You can also decide, how transparent, etc., it would be. For example, here you can't see what's behind, here you can see what's behind. Anyways, so if I want to have more users using this, I would have to work on the SEO. And for the SEO, I have all these guides, as you can see. So all I need to do when I'm working on this, the SEO of it, I already have given this agentic loop the whole context of what the app is about, what are the competitors, and what it needs to do. It needs to generate a new article which has to be SEO optimized, which has to have the JSON LD, which has to have the right keywords that also rank this higher on the Google page. And as a result of this, you can see that our response has been amazing so far. So this is where we started. And now you can see that we have had about 160 total web search clicks. So all I need to do usually when I am running this loop is that I go and I just run a single command from the terminal, and then it just goes ahead and basically runs the whole loop. So I can show it to you. I'm pretty sure it's something around, is it here? Yeah, it's here. So in here, if I go ahead and just say clear, so we are starting from scratch, there's no context here, but I can say run SEO loop, and here you will see that it would start specific agents and specific skills as well. So here you can see this is the SEO operator agent, which knows about the entire loop. Here you can see it says run SEO loop, and now it's reading the right files. So it's reading what is this project about, and I've created a global sort of loop creator, which I can go to any project and I just write create an SEO loop for this project, and then it generates the whole loop. And all I need to do then is just go into the particular project, say run the SEO loop, and then it essentially runs the whole SEO loop. It will generate a new article for me, and I'll publish it. And then as we go, through days, months, this would become stronger and stronger, and the ranking would become better and better. So I hope that answers the question. Tayyip says, I've joined late this live event. Could you please recap what are you building? No, you can watch it after. Just watch the video after the stream ends. You mean you trained if according to your requirements? What? Uh, this was your question. Aha, okay. Yeah. I did not train AI according to my requirements. I had a back and forth conversation with it. I asked it to build something, it built something. When it did not build it correctly, I corrected it. Then I defined some requirements. I also defined the UI. For example, this was not working well. We did not have the, for example, this. You see this small tip, the skeptic that's coming out. This was not the case. When I clicked it, then it would show, and then it would just keep showing that until I moved away. That was like a behavior. But I asked it to do it when the mouse is over it and not on click. Simple things like this. Similarly, when I would press, for example, draw a single line, it would essentially take that and give a response from AI. That's not what I want. If I am just writing, by the way, this is the SEO loop right now. You can see it's it's writing the article. So it's a new article now. Toggle track Pomodoro alternative build for OBS. But regardless, so you can see the whole article is right there. But anyways, coming back to the enchanted notes here, if I was just doing a line here and drawing, it would go ahead and take this into consideration and would respond with an empty response, which is incorrect. So it should not do that. So that I fixed it. Similarly, we did not have anything for the keyboard right here. So if I hide your message right here, so here you can see we have a keyboard mode where I can type now, right? And also we have this pen mode where you can draw. So that I implemented myself. Similarly, replay is something that I implemented myself as well, or asked the AI or navigated it correctly to implement it. Similarly, things like if I take a suggestion from AI, this is the suggestion from AI, this is what I wrote, and this is the suggestion from AI, right? I'm going to change my camera for a bit. So this is the suggestion from AI. Now, in this particular case, if I don't want this, I want my text back, I could just go ahead and click restore. And you can see that my text is the only one in my notes now. And I can again apply it as well. And then it would apply the suggestion as well. So those are the things that I had to do myself, right? Similarly, this replay feature is really nice. If I asked it to implement something that the users would use and make this application viral, for example, and how would that happen if someone shares something? So this is, let's say, an interesting challenge for AI to understand, like, how do I make this interesting for sharing on videos? So when I click replay, it essentially records the whole spell, and it generates the whole video for this, that the user, which is me, I wrote this and the AI responded with all of this. So here you can see it says conjuring right here. So it's essentially trying to now generate a video. Hopefully, if it's generated, I'm going to download it and I can show it to you. And then we can take it from there. So here you can see we have a new video. If I download it right here, hopefully this works. And if I open it now, see how cool this is. So this is a video generated by this app. And now I can, if I play this, this is how it looks. So you see, this is something that people can actually share on their social media. So I asked a question, and then this is what the AI has responded, and it's typing and typing, and the storyteller is essentially sharing this, right? So these are the things that you can't expect AI to come up automatically. You would have to navigate, you would have to adjust, you would have to also give suggestions to AI to essentially fix those things. But coming back to the loop itself, so let's see. So now we have this new article automatically for the focus Duro application. All I need to do is just say commit and push it, and then this would be live on my website, which I will actually do because I push almost every day some sort of article from here. Then we essentially go to the next one, and let's see. And now I think it has. Okay, so both repos are local only, never push, no leak yet. Auditing bot has changed, and now we're gonna publish the NGX Quill package, and then we are going to go ahead and make this public as well, the Enchanted Notes application. Mohsin says, I'm a beginner in vibe coding and I have built 2 cloud-based SaaS applications, one in Laravel, one in React. Okay. The question would be, why are you creating the SaaS applications? Do you want to sell them or what? How can I properly secure them? What are the most important vulnerabilities and security loopholes I should check before deploying them to production? There are so many. If you want to sell something, you should hire a professional who knows this stuff and then help you out with this. Don't try to do it yourself. Leave the things for the experts to actually the experts. Let's see. So we're gonna push the library hopefully, and then we are gonna take it from there. So let's see. I already answered that question. Swami says yes, thanks a lot. Good. How do you build agents? Is there a particular repo you would build it from custom from Claude, or like what should be the procedure to do it? Just figure trying to learn agentic development. Usually I would research on how people are testing these things or what are they using usually. Then I also look into or I read about it as well on Twitter, on different articles as well. How are people looking at the agentic loops? I also saw some videos as well. But more or less, when I have a pattern, what I usually do is that, and you can do that as well. There's a really good tool called Notebook LM. I'm not really sure if you have used it or not in the past, but it's amazing. So what you do is you go to notebooklm.google, you go and try the Gemini notebook, and then you can create your own. I'm not really sure if I have done this with agent loops, because now I already know how to create agent loops in this case. But you can create a notebook right here, and then you can ask it to load sources from the internet about agentic loops. Once you have those things, you have a notebook that's ready. Then you can use something called Notebook LM MCP server with Claude Code or Gemini or Antigravity or Codex, and you can give uh, your AI tool that notebook with the MCP. By that I mean that when you ask something in the chat, for example here, if you go ahead and say, okay, something like, how does agent loop work, right? I'm not gonna type it completely, but I hope you get the idea. But if you ask that question from AI and you also ask it to look into the notebook, which it has access to from MCP server, then it would ask your notebook that question, and your notebook has all those resources or those articles, videos, etc., etc. So that way you can provide your AI tool a lot of information just by connecting it to a notebook that has all those resources, those curated resources. Otherwise, the AI agent essentially answers based on its training data. And that training data could be from 2025, 2024, 2022, depending on the model you're using. So I hope you understand the concept there. But I already know how the conceptual way of agentic loops work. So what I do is that I go to Claude Code or I go to Antigravity, and then I ask them to create subagents. And when I'm asking them to create subagents, I don't usually go ahead and just say, hey, create an agent. I give them their own documentation of how to create subagents. A lot of these tools already now have this information. For example, Cloud Code itself has a tool for its own documentation, and Google Antigravity also has something similar as well. So when you ask it to create an agent or a skill, it already knows how to do that. So what I usually do is I tell it to create a loop in which it's going to have XYZ agents. The job of X agent is to do this, for Y to do this, for Z to do this. And for those, they have to have certain skills. So create these skills as well. And then if there is supposed to be a routine for it or a cron job, for example, they have to run at 9 a.m. every morning, and then I also give that instruction. So it generates a local sort of cron job or a routine that it then runs. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna remove Playwright MCP, that's fine, or the files within it. Then, okay, I think that's safe enough. Tu says, how are you, sir? I'm good, thank you for asking. सर हर कोई वाइब कोडिंग से प्रोजेक्ट बना रहा है और जितने भी सिखाने वाले हैं सब कहते हैं आप कुछ भी बना सकते हो और भेज सकते हो इस तरह पर मेरे ख्याल से सीखने को ठीक से नहीं मिलेगा तो क्या रास्ता है फिर इसका मुतबादिल. So the question is, what do we do now when everyone is building apps with vibe coding and every teacher is saying that you can just build and sell anything? The problem is that the the demand for software developers is still the same. For example, you have a business owner who wants to create a website or an app for their business, and then for their business they need users to use that site. Now someone could create a vibe coded application that could work, that is maybe secure even, and that's fine. But if someone does not know how to secure a web application or how to scale a web application for X amount of users, then obviously they would not go too far in the career. If you only know vibe coding, but if you don't know how to check security, compliance, policies like GDPR, how to find optimization points within the code, how to use AI or direct AI to the right places, because vibe coding is usually having this negative connotation that vibe coding means someone who has no idea of how the code works, and is still just vibing, and then yeah, just building something and it has no idea about security, scalability, software design. If you if you're looking for such a person, then yeah, I don't think they're going to go too far. But yes, the whole idea is that everyone can build anything, but the question is, what should you create and why are you creating it, is the question, I think. Okay, then we go with this. And yes, sanitize and publish. Keep the concept personal architecture, accept criteria, cut the monetization. Spec MD stage and learn from the um. mm, 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 mm. Okay, now I'm thinking about this discussion I had with AI, and we did discuss that this application is supposed to be part of Audience Meter, which is another product. But I don't think I want to maintain, to be honest, these. Hmm, hmm. Yeah, I think I would just publish it. It's okay. I don't think I have the time to actually make everything monetizable. So no. Osama says, I've built many AI based projects and they have API keys. Tell me, if I want to publish my projects, how can I secure my API key or environment? So you don't push your API keys, of course. You always push your or put your API keys in the deployment infrastructure. So, for example, if you're using Vercel, your API keys would go directly into Vercel, and your code should be reading from the environment variables. So, when you put your environment variables in Vercel, or the values for them in Vercel, Vercel picks them up automatically, and it doesn't have to stay on your code base. Same goes for if you're deploying to Google Cloud or AWS or Railway app, or I don't know, Glitch or something. You always put your environment variables in the deployment infrastructure and not on GitHub. I've also made a habit before creating a project. I create skills and agent for each part, like backend, UI, UX. Yeah, of course, you can create agents. I think the only question is if they are doing their job properly or not, and if you are capable of actually checking if they're doing their job properly or not. What is the best to understand or prepare? How do you implement the AI agent into production process and tool you have used? Lions Kashif. What is the best to understand or prepare? How do you implement the AI agent into production? I don't understand that question. Please reframe it. Um, okay, let's see. So we are going to publish the library first, and then we are going to make the repo public as well, the enchanted nodes, hopefully. The npm auth blocker, yeah, of course, I have to log in and then it would work. Okay, what is this doing now? Lib capture dissolve spec. Okay. Aha, okay, the dissolving of the ink. Okay, let's see, run dissolve. Erases inside the bounds and was given. Okay, sweeps gradually rather than wiping at once. Okay, leaves the layer alone when there's nothing drawn. Okay, good. Let's see. So let's run the tests now. As you can see, this library has some tests. So obviously have some tests to ensure what you're shipping is correct. I think we'll just create a new tab. to ship the library. Mhm. All right, let's see. I think we're gonna go through one more of focus session. Let's see. I thought this would take like half an hour, but it's taking more. Maybe because I'm also chatting with you. All right, mobile Chrome. Okay, what are you changing now? Capture the page visibility, ring saying it does not blink out. It's creating a canvas. Scroll into view if needed. Okay, checking the bounding box. Then it is getting the context. Okay. Okay. Then it moves it. It's down. Okay. It's waiting for the ink pixel. Then it expects this. Here it's drawing the actual text, and then it's waiting for the timeout, and then it's waiting for the pixels mid sweep to be less than drawn. Okay, so it's sweeping here. Okay, let's allow this. I take parts in my hackathons for polishing my skill. Tell me more for free courses, libraries for upskilling my skill. Depending on what kind of skills you're looking for, there are a lot of YouTube free courses depending on what skills you're looking for. To be honest, I think the best that you can do is look for system design courses, look for security courses, look for production readiness courses as well. I think system design would still teach you quite a lot of things. If you're looking for full stack development, then look for full stack development courses and whatnot. To actually be good at something, you obviously have to read and watch tutorials and follow along and implement yourself as well. Okay, let's see. So now we are running the end-to-end tests. So we ran unit tests before. Now we're running the Quill Ink demo end-to-end test. Let's see if it will open the Chrome browser or not, or maybe it's running the headless one. Most likely running the headless tests in this case. How many of you know what the headless mode is for testing? Okay, let's see. So it did it find something? Okay, here paper texture is drawn on that canvas, so 0 pixel is wrong, comparing against the paper only baseline instead. Alrighty. Dark pixels on the surface, the ink, the paper texture underneath is light. So luminous threshold separates ink from grain. Okay. Paper only knowing it. Okay, let's see. And we also allow this. To be greater than blank. And what is the value of blank in this case? Aha, okay. So taking the ink pixels in this case. And then when you do a sweep, you're expecting it to be greater than blank. Ink is being absorbed. Interesting. Expect polling pixels to be less than or equal to blank. So all the all the ink is gone. Interesting. Aliza says Claude Seco. Sure. Six pass across all browsers. Good. And now what are we doing? It's copying the ink surface to temporary, running the Python on it, reading the file, and then replacing it. And then what is it doing? Device bound. Okay, so it's running a specific test across a specific device aspect ratio. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. I want to learn AIML building products. There's a person on Udemy named Krish Naik, Naik. Look into his courses. I think his courses are really nice. They're more machine learning slash AI centric, I would say. Um, but I don't know of any particular channel that does AI with web applications. I mean, my channel has some of those courses. For example, there are videos on YouTube which you can watch, I would say. For example, there is a really nice tutorial in which we use AI. I think, if I remember correctly, for example, this one is really nice, how to use MCP tools to build good web applications. In this one, I create two different web applications with AI, and I show how different they are when you're not using a MCP server versus when you are using an MCP server. Similarly, here is one which teaches how do you use Gemini CLI with Notebook LM MCP server. This is a good one. Um, I think there was also really nice one, which is probably this Next.js one, because in this one we do use AI at some point as well. Let's see if I remember correctly. In this one, do we use AI? No, we don't. I realize we don't. There's this one in which we use AI for generating images. If I can bring that one. Was it this one? No, I don't think so. It was this one. Let's see. Here, Angular plus Nest.js full stack crash course. Did we use AI in this one? No, we did use, I think, in React in 90 minutes one. Let's see. I'm pretty sure we did use AI to generate some images. Uh-huh. Yeah, here. So in this particular tutorial, you build a thing or an application in which you draw something on the canvas, and then when you have drawn it, it essentially uses Gemini behind the scenes, and essentially ends up creating sort of a Pokemon, you can say. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Where was it? Boop, 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 boop. Yep. Yeah, I can't find the exact timestamp, but essentially these were hand drawn, so you can see no such Pokemon essentially exists. But yeah, these are my drawings that came alive, so to say, with Gemini. Anyways, let's go with this. What was the question? According to vibe coding in Pakistan, job hai? Not specifically for vibe coders. I don't think so. I don't think we have specific jobs for especially vibe coders. You can find jobs for software developers, but not, um, yeah, not just with vibe coding. I don't think so. Okay, let's see. It's running Playwright server, but what exactly with? I'm gonna close this. Let's see. So now this is running test as well for the application. So let's see if this fixes or checks it correctly. Let's see what this does. The card only bites at DPR greater than 1 and desktop E2 project runs on DPR. Aha. Okay. Let's get that fixed quickly. Hmm. Let's see. Atisham says, from where did you get the walking pad? I can't remember now, but there was a shop in Stockholm. So I got it from there. Let's see. I'm hoping that now the tests would be fine. So we can actually publish the repository. Good. Now the decisive check, does it fail with the one that we were doing? So we check now. I'm trying to change the battery. 1 second. Mhm. Let's see. There we go. Hmm. I'm still checking. Why does it not get passed? So we have ink halves. We're checking this like this. Okay. So we are checking the left and the right positions. If x is less than mid, then it's left. Otherwise, it's right. Then we provide the left inks, right, total is left plus right. Then we take out the half of it. And then we check, okay, what is the halves total. So paper only, no ink yet, okay. Then it checks the drawn, which is ink halves, total greater than blank dot total. Okay. The mid is still this one. To if we go to the mid, so it should be less than the drawn total, which means ink is being absorbed, but it should not go beyond the lowest one. Kind of makes sense. Then we have the absorbed one. Mm-hmm. Okay. All the ink sits in the canvas left half using ink's own center of mass instead. Okay, smart choice. So previously it was looking at the canvas of the enchanted notebooks. Now it's actually looking at what was drawn. Interesting. Showing the ink stat then checks left and right is removed. So we have some X. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. The drawn is this, the mid is this, then it's checking the same thing. The mid mean X to be greater than drawn mean X. Okay. Pass it with the fix, decisive step. This is now okay. It's a bug. All right, moment of truth. I'm going to actually allow this one to run in the temp folder. I'm hoping this gets fixed. Hello, hello. How's it going? Coding Bara. Welcome to the stream. Okay, the 3 projects failed with the bug, all 6 passes with the fix, running the full suite before committing good. So at least now we know that the ink disappears when the time comes. So when we are talking about the thing that is actually testing, it's actually testing against this particular situation where when you're drawing something, this ink is actually being absorbed like this, right? So it's actually testing the exact same thing right now. All right, so we are you a Pakistani residing abroad? That is correct. All right, let's see. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, let's see. So we do an X on many builds, and it's essentially just running the main. But we do have. I'm going to zoom out a bit because I want to see what. Also open another tab. Give me 1 second. Grab C, CSS, show release for 3 packages. I want to see what packages there were. I do know there was one um, with the Quill package or the core, but I want to see what else is there. Enchanted Notebook, CD apps. Apps. So we do have the Quilling demo and then demo E2E. Okay. And where do we have the library itself? Packages, project JSON, temp tools. Okay, that's not the one. Apps, dist. Packages should be the one, right? CD packages. Yes, so we have ink, Quailing, Quail core, and then ink fonts. Okay, so these are the 3 packages. Okay, I understand. So we go with this. Put a course Python for AI and ML. XHK Uksama. Osama, I don't teach Python. I'm not a Python expert, to be honest. I use Python when I have to be honest, but I'm not a Python expert. I can work with Python, but I'm not a Python expert. Let's see. Reading file package JSON, checking the name. Is checking the name, is parsing the file, and then not setting all the names. Is essentially updating the package JSON. Okay. Writing the license as well. Keeping the design. So, folks, what we are doing right now, for those of you who have just joined and have not pressed the thumbs up button, do it right now, and also share the video as well on your feed. What we're doing right now is that we are making this nice little application that I have. in which you can draw something and then AI responds. You can have an editor for your thoughts, for your notebook. You can have a skeptic, and you can also have a storyteller, a coach, and others as well. So this is what we are making open source today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and reshare as well. Let's see. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra. And we got this guy with left half, share, go here, and share the partial camera. Nope. Here. Yep. So this is the application that I was talking about. So this is the app where you can draw something or write something, and then the AI with these agent modes basically helps you. You have a timekeeper, you have a coach, you have a skeptic, you have an editor. So this is what we are making open source today. And let's put this guy around here. And let's see here. Let's see. Assalamualaikum, what about ASP.NET Core MVC? What about it? What's your question? What kind of AI projects or products we can build to earnings? It's not that what you can build to do earnings, it's actually what you can market and find users to pay you for. So there's a difference between something you can build. Today, I think you can build basically anything with AI or any practical thing with AI. But the question is, will people use it? So you have to go the other way around. You would have to see what do people want to use, and then you build that exactly. So I hope that answers the question. Let's see. Okay, so we do have no, I think this would fail the npm publish because we don't have that running at the moment. And where is it running it? Content symbol expansion, blah blah blah. Let's see. One thing that's needs you npm auth, exactly. Interactive login and blah blah blah. No secrets anywhere. Da, 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 da. We do have the Gemini API key, but that is in the environment, so that's good to know. Publish the 3 packages, swap the files, test steps after your npm login. Okay, so let's try to do npm login. Let's see. Brother, write your question in detail. What is this? Is this English or what is this? Sir, AI or ML in C sharp? What's your question? Write your question in detail. Write in a way, how would you speak to me when I'm in front of you? It doesn't matter if you pick AI or ML in C sharp. If you're this bad in communication, it's not going to go well. So please learn to write your question in detail. Okay, let's see. Where's the npm? Okay, so npm login did not open right here. So let's see, twice to run in the background. Okay, I'll say give me the commands can run to publish step by step. I'll report back when I'm done publishing. And you can also write the question in Urdu if that's easier. But please, when you formulate your question, try to write the question in detail. Uh, nope, don't want this at all. Blocking such messages completely. And reloading the chat. Okay, good. Let's see. All right, so here, let's try to quickly go ahead and do uh, npm login. And I'm going to quickly do a login here. Give me 1 second. Security key. Okay, that's good. That was fast. And then we can do cd dist packages quill inc core and npm publish access public. So we publish it now. And we go this, continue. Thank you, thank you. And this should be published now. Hey, let's go. So we got the core published here now. I'm gonna have to do this again. Sorry, I'll share my screen again quickly. I have to figure out why still we have this situation where we have this application going down, which doesn't make sense why it does it. So let's see. I can quickly share my screen. Partial share camera. And we go like this, okay? So I'll remove this part. And then we have, so we have the first package published, the code with SNQuill encode that is published now. Now we do the same thing with the other one. So that should be Quill Inc fonts. Is it fonts? Yep. And then we do publish access public as well. There we go. That is also gone now. And then the final one is NGX Quill Inc, I think. Right? So we published that as well. And there we go. Now we have 3 of them published. Very nice. And then let's see. Landed, blah, blah, blah. And then I can run these as well. Here, let's see. Oh, not like this, but actually running it like a command. Oi, 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 what happened there? Aha, okay. No, I think it will run it on itself, I think. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to run it right here. Let's see. Okay, so let's, I would say run the command yourself. Proceed accordingly. Aman says, hi sir, sorry if your question came across the wrong way. I have one more question. What do you see as the future of ASP.NET in the AI era? Do you think it will continue and grow, remain a strong career choice? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, that's a better question. So .NET is already something that people use, throughout the world. So it's not going anywhere. We have these technologies which are being used right now by, I would say, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of companies. So thousands of companies use .NET. We have Microsoft running .NET, Azure, AI on Azure. We have GitHub Copilot. All of these things are embedded, and a lot of businesses use them, on a daily basis. So you cannot expect them to just go away overnight, or even in 10 years. I would say they would stay still. So people usually focus quite a lot on technologies, .NET, PHP, Node.js. The demand for people in companies is of software engineers. They're not usually looking for technology specialists. Sometimes you would find people who go into companies and they may not even be an expert of the technology that the company has, but you would still see that they get hired and then they learn the technology because they already are a software developer. So the focus should be of becoming a software developer, not to master one particular technology, so to say, because technologies change all the time. And companies, especially big companies, do not stop basically working on a technology just because there is a new shiny toy in the town and everybody is talking about it. So we have Rust, we have Go, we have these modern technologies, but we still have companies using Fortran, COBOL, PHP, all these legacy technical stack still being used. So ASP.NET is not going anywhere. I built an AI fitness app. It generates workout plan, diet plan according to Pakistani foods without any API keys. I want to put local LLM in it for fast and more precise answers. Yeah, you can put local LLM models. Hugging Face has quite a few. The only thing that you would have to look into is when you put a local LLM model, the first time the user uses the application, they would have to download it. And as far as I've seen, it's at least 100 megabytes, if not more. I've seen usually it's 250 megabytes, 300 megabytes, etc., depending on how heavy of a model you're looking at. But essentially, the first time they have to download it locally into the device, and then it runs locally. Then it's fine. So you could try that, yeah. Why not? Mm, all right, let's actually have a look at the npm side of things. We'll see. Sorry, I'm going to also run the third focus time here. So in here, I should have my packages, which should be. I don't actually see the code with SN packages. Let's see if I can find. We do have the paperclip plugin and GGC. Oh, so we have here Quill Ink fonts. This is the one that we published. We have the ink core, and then we also have the Quill Ink. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot so we can just save some time. It's trying to do a bunch of things right now. Okay, it's trying to install it. Where is it installing it? Let's see. So now it's actually updating the package JSON of the Enchanted Notebook application from the file versions of the packages to actually what is published on npm. And then once it's swapped, then I think we can just publish um, the Enchanted Notes application. This is exciting. Software engineer job requires degree or just skill in a single field would be enough for intentional jobs? I think you mean international jobs. Usually international jobs require someone with a degree, but it's not a requirement if you have already worked locally in Pakistan for a couple of years and have demonstrable skill sets and also portfolio. So you either have amazing skills or you have a degree and your skills. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, so we are also removing the sim links as well. Good, goody, good. Okay. First, final verification of exactly what goes public. Okay. Let's see. So we have enchanted notebook. This is going to go. Are we pushing this as well? Are we creating a Git repo, private key? Da, 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 da. Okay. So no weird command there. So let's try to generate this. I'm gonna get some water, folks. I'll be right back while this is happening. Okay. Let's bring you down. Boop. Okay. So what is left now? It's just publishing now. So let's see. Mm, hyphenated. Is that correct? Let's see. That is actually correct. So my earlier question was based on the bad info. Da, 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 da. Uh, 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 uh. Mm, I'm thinking. Hmm. Should we go with the code with essence side of things? Maybe. No, I'm gonna go with the personal one. Let's see. I think we can keep separate um, the scope of npm versus where they live. Okay, so it's updating it in all packages and files. Good. Hmm. Uh, hmm. The thing is, we already have published to npm, which has the wrong URL, and now we have to probably push a new version. I think. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm also gonna ask it what about the links that are coming from npm, or is it okay? So all the packages are published. We have the app that is published as well, the org exactly. Told you basis. Okay. Yep. So what we need to do is to correct the repository URLs and install the latest package as well. So latest package in the app as well. So then we're good. Hmm. Let's see. It is still running all the tests now, and then we should be able to publish it. Let's see. Let's see how many projects. We got this one already live. Nice. NGX Quill Inc. is here as well. Nice. Uh, what are we doing here? Are we pushing? Aha, okay. We need to remove this. We'll update this in just a bit, but also let's have a look at Enchanted Notebook. Pretty sure it's gonna have the same issue if there are any actions on it. Okay, there are no actions. Good. Um, hmm. Okay, good. And we now what to do. Let's see. So we go to Quill Inc. Core and we do a publish. It's going to ask for a user. Let's go and do it right here. and we will log in. Oops. And then we do it right here. And we save this, continue. There we go. Let's see. So this is published. We go with Quill Ink fonts. We publish this guy as well. And then we do ngx Quill Ink, and we publish that guy as well. So now we have all these three published. Yeah, published. Continue. But also we need to fix this guy. Don't use NX Cloud. Yep. Also, don't use NX Cloud in this case. NX commands simply on the on CI. Let's see. So let's see. We're gonna be looking at. So if I refresh now and see, this is the latest one, 0.1.1. If I go to the Quill NGX Quill Ink, we can see it right here. And here is the link to open it. Very nice. Let's see. Yep, I want to change that. So we're not really running any NX Cloud commands now. We're only going to run the NX commands right here. So you can see there was an action that is failing, which is on the main push. But now we are also going to run this just simply without using the NX Cloud. So let's finalize that. And I think then we are done for today. I think we should also have some, I don't know, some screenshots as well, right? At least in the on the GitHub level, we should have some screenshots that show, I don't know, maybe the Enchanted notebook as well. The Enchanted notebook could have a screenshot, like I can just create it right here. So we have the storyteller, right? And I could take a screenshot like this. Wait, what is this little thing doing here? Go around, and then we do it like this. For the Enchanted notebook, I think this is a good enough screenshot. And then I copy this. And you remember the page animation. Wait, is the app running? If I refresh, is it gonna go? Is it gonna die? No. What happened to the pages? We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna also ask it to create some screenshots. Should have some screenshots for both the app and the libraries, so they seem more interesting when people use when people visit the pages. Atisham says use iframer. Let me have a look at what that is. 10 minutes ago. What is it? This embeddable content for website and properties. What templates, website builder for professional sites, consistent iframes, Braintree iframer. I don't know which iframer you're talking about, to be honest. I would probably just ask it to take screenshots with Playwright or something. Da, 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 da. I think even if I don't tell it, it would just use Playwright. Use Playwright, or I don't know. Whatever makes sense. Hmm. Let's see the GitHub repo now. If I go to actions, at least we have something that's running now. Otherwise, it would just fail in the beginning. Okay, so it's running the Playwright install. It's running the format check, passing it as well, and then running the test, lint, test, build, type check, E2E, all of them. Let's see where we at right now. Is it going to open it or no? Oh, doesn't seem like it wants to open it in the first place. Okay, give me 1 second. Didn't we start a focus round, or did we end with it for some reason? See. Aha, okay, it's waiting for that one to finish. And this is going to take a lot of time. It's not expanding at all in the first place. Boop, 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 boop. Opening all of them, but not this guy. So let's do this, because I think it's going to take a lot of time. We could wait for it, but I would want to go ahead and just look at the next message. So I'm going to stop it. So it goes with the message. And then we go through and see. Okay, so it ran everything, and then it worked well, and then the job is completed. So we have a green tick on the NGX Quail Inc. Very nice. So this is what you wanted. Nice. And let's see. Good call. The whole pitch is animation, so a static PNG undersells it. Very nice. Let me capture both a hero shot and an animated GIF to the loop, starting the stack. Very nice. So it's actually going to run the whole app and then create a GIF out of it. So that's going to be interesting. That's like the nicer part about AI, I would say, because I was referring to an image, and it is referring to actually animation. So yes, why not? Let's do that. Reply text, skeptic, can I trust AI? Da, 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 da. From your screenshot, perfect content capturing the app hero. Do we have an app open already? No, we don't. Is it opening or is it running the headless version? I think it's running the headless version. We'll see. Hmm. See, you can actually go ahead and see what it's running behind the scenes. Opening localhost 4400, setting this to the local storage, waiting for timeout, evaluate, blah blah blah, taking a screenshot, query selector manuscript. Okay. Okay, now it's running this again, but maybe with different parameters. What is the width and height used now? 829 and 649. Okay. Last time it was 829 and 540. Okay. I think this time is going to be fine. Let's see. Can I click it and see if it's. I don't know if this is the one or this is the one. No, it's not the one. It could be this one. Hmm. I'm gonna close this. Yeah, this is running the headless version of Playwright. So we'll see. Now the legend overlay, it explains the whole concept at a glance. Okay. Personas.png, good. First it went with one hero PNG, then we have this personas PNG. Okay. Now what is it doing? It's running echo down. Okay. Aha, okay. It's checking if the server is down or maybe it's the backend, I think. Most likely the backend. Hmm. Scratchpad, show entries. Okay, it is using the FFmpeg. It's picking up the hero frames and mainly the hero frames. Okay. Writing finishes early and the framing crops the hero. Okay. I'm thinking if we want to open this folder and see all the files. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, here is the images. So if I open the hero full PNG, this is what it's drawing. Dear reader, this page right itself. Okay. Playground docs GitHub. Okay. Hero frames. Dear reader. Oh, yeah, this is being cropped. I think that's what it's talking about. Okay, so it is creating the images right now, and then it's going to generate a GIF that right here. This is the WebM, and then web stream is here. Okay, let's see. Perfect content for a GIF generating with a proper palette for quality. Good, good, good. But also, this do we also deploy anywhere the NGX Quill link? I don't think we deploy the demo application, right? We'll also add some actions for it, so it actually deploys right there. But I think one thing at a time, right? So once this is done, we can look into what that does. Autonex says agent loops. Does that have something to do with loop engineering? What even is loop engineering? I think it's the time. It's time I started learning this stuff. Yeah, agent loops is essentially loop engineering, or you can say you create loops for agents that can work autonomously without you being in the loop, so to say. So in this particular situation, you would create agents or skills or a combination of those, and eventually you would just give them a command, and you can see them completing the loops from one end to another. You could also run a routine or a cron job to basically let them go wild every morning at 9 a.m. And thus you don't have to do all of that. For example, I have loops for checking my GitHub repository, looking at if there are any issues. If there's any issue that can be fixed and merged automatically, it just does it. If anything touches the authentication layer or any destructive action like deleting a particular a particular entity, then it would have to just create the PR and have me review it. Also creates a ClickUp ticket. It's just like Jira or Trello. So it creates a ClickUp ticket, assigns to me. I get an email, and I can check and comment on it. And the next time the loop runs, it actually sees my comments on ClickUp and then proceeds with my comment. If I say this task was a duplicate task, it would just go ahead and close the task on GitHub. If I say implement it or approve, then it would use a better model. So the triage or looking at these tickets is done by a simpler model, so consumes less token. But when we are fixing the things, then it uses a better model. For example, the triage agent in my case uses uh, Claude Sonnet 5. But when we are actually having someone work, or an agent work on the issue to fix, then we're using Opus in this case. So the loop engineering is essentially all of this. Maintaining those agents, giving them their definition, giving them context. In my case, my agents have context of or access to my GitHub, because they're running in the system which has GitHub logged in via the GH CLI. And then also they have configured, or they have the possibility to look into the ClickUp tickets, because we have configured the ClickUp MCP server with them as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things that go into loop engineering, but essentially it's you run a loop, or you create loops that agents go through, and then essentially they just do the thing that you're asking it to do. Is that Shure M7B? This is Shure MV7. Shure, I think there's Shure MB7 if I'm not wrong, which has the XLR microphone. This one is XLR plus USB. So I'm using the USB side of it at the moment. All right. So we're finalizing the GitHub look and feel of this repository. Um, Ideally, um, this should have a nice little GIF or an image, but yeah, we'll see. Let's see. It's trying to optimize the GIF it's creating, but I also want to emphasize on the NGX Quill Inc. Repository to have the deployed demo application as well, because it looked really nice. Already drunk. Yeah, allow it. So now we have the GIF. Hopefully it will push it. I'll also ask it to add the action for deploying the demo application as well, I think. Okay, let's see. And we go through the final one, which is okay. So it's going into the folder, adding the files, and then pushing as well. Okay, good. So this is going to be pushed now to GitHub repository, and we can quickly ask it to also implement for NGX Quill Inc. We have the demo app as well. Deploy it via GitHub action, which makes sense. The base href etc accordingly. What is it doing now? It's ignoring the hero png. Aha, it's checking the okay. Okay, so now we should have a better one. What's your take on agents hallucination? Abdul Razik. I mean, what's your question? Do I think they are good? No. Or do I think they're bad? Yes. I don't like them. Oh, look at this. A framework agnostic TypeScript engine plus Angular wrapper that renders the streaming text as animated handwriting, inflowing from a visible quill, and captures user pen strokes with theatrical. The page rings your ink fade. You see? Does it also get dissolved? No, I don't think so. And it reads your pen too. Draw on the surface and the page rings the ink. Left to right dissolve absorb your strokes, hence your clean PNG. So you see how nicely this has created it. Really nice. I like it. Ba, 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 ba. Committing the app docs properly. Okay. Let's see. And was this the aha? It was the library. Okay. It's gonna push it. Remotion. Yeah, I know about Remotion. I create a lot of content with Remotion, but not in this case. Remotion does create React components, but it wouldn't create what I needed. I wanted an animation like this one, and this is actually coming from the demo itself. But thank you for the suggestion. I do use Remotion quite a lot on my slides, especially with the what do you call it, with the YouTube tutorials, etc. For example, I think this is the latest one, and I'm pretty sure we have some slides with Remotion. Here, this image also I think was created with Remotion, but where is it? Or maybe not in this one. Did I keep it simple for this time? Okay, let's see. I think maybe not on this one. Do we have it in this one? Nope, 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 nope. It's either in this one or in the anti-gravity stuff. Not in this one as well. Is it this one? Most likely. So this is Remotion as well. And this is Remotion actually. Yep. I don't think that's the only one actually. I think I created more. This is a demo, blah, 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 going in parallel. This was the demo. Pa, 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 pa. Yeah, this is the one. So you see, it's a really nice one, but it in our case, it's not. This is something Remotion cannot create, unfortunately, or it could. I don't know. Sometimes when there is a smaller change in agents hallucinate and make big change that's not needed at all, and secondly make my take is that tokens are so expensive that the value it creates is not optimal. If you do proper context engineering, then that usually doesn't really happen. If you have like long context discussions within a single chat and you're adding irrelevant information into it, then obviously it's going to hallucinate. If you're asking it to do 10 tasks in one single chat, then also it's going to hallucinate. So you have to keep your chat really precise. Every new task has to have a new chat. You have to provide the right documents to it, the links to it, the MCP servers to it, the right skills to it. So all of those things actually matter. What are you doing here? Shamil is asking. I'm actually working and building some stuff in public. So here is our app now, and it should be whoopsie doopsie. It should be having a new GitHub Action deployment. So hopefully we should be able to see some demo here as well. And I think we can go to settings, pages, and enable. Okay, GitHub Actions is already enabled. Good. Not agents, but actions. And we should have a demo. There we go. And let's also add the demo link here in the setting. Here I can say Angular, uh, Quill, NGX Quill. Uh, did we already have NGX Quill Inc? Oh, we do have NGX Quill. Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to change the camera because the other one died. Let's see. Shamil says this is cool. I've not seen live building like this before. Well, welcome to the stream in that case. And we go back. There we go. All right. So we do have the link now. So if I go here, there we go. Dear reader, this page writes itself. Type something and watch it could write it. So I would say why coding doesn't make you a programmer. And we write it. Nice. See, clear the page. Streaming demo. So in this particular case, it's going to come up with the mock one. Good. And this is the writing demo. So here I could say something like, I don't know, something like this. And then it appears as a PNG like this. So here I could say Ahsan, and whatever I've written essentially comes here like this, right? We have the dance script, which is this one. We have shadows into light, which is this one. We have caveat, this one. And we can discuss the font size as well. We can also adjust the pen speed. So if it's smaller, it looks like this. If it's faster, it looks like this. So it depends on how do you want to go. And you also can adjust the jitter as well. And the ink color, of course. Nice. I like it. Paper could be ruled, could be grained, either of those as well. and then this is how you would use it in your application. So this is an example of how, when you create projects, how do you really publish them. So you don't just put something on GitHub without any readme. So have a great readme, I would say, like this, so you have a demo right there. Now this is something I can copy and actually post it on LinkedIn right away. I have a demo that also works. I have GitHub Actions that not only deploy but also test as well. So we have the unit tests running there as well. So all of these really bring that value to your project. Instructions, how someone would use it, right? So all of these things are really important. Do you think AI is a bubble because right now compute is too expensive? That's not ideal for many companies, as long as they, please do correct me if I'm wrong. Abdul Razak, the thing is that it doesn't really matter if it's AI is a bubble or not. The thing is, these things are discussed by people who want to discuss things, who basically have a job of hyping things or under hyping things or over hyping things. The matter of the fact is that your boss or your job does not care about if it's an AI bubble or not. Your job or your boss has clients that need to get stuff done, and you are a software developer who's supposed to get that thing done. That's pretty much it. You go to a job, you do your 9 to 5, and then that's what your focus should be on. Now, can you secure 10 years ahead your career in software development career? No, because things are rapidly changing so fast that you don't even have a clue what will happen in the next 3 months. So a good software developer always is able to adapt to whatever is coming their way. If it's technology, if it's practices, you have to constantly relearn, unlearn, and all of that, right? So for me, I don't even care if it's a bubble or not. What I'm looking at right now is that if my employer needs me to use AI to get the job done, and if it's part of my job, or if it's expected from me in the near future, if it is, then I would spend my time in learning it and upskilling myself into it. And if it's not, then I don't really care about it. So I, for example, you have technologies that have come in the past as well. We have had blockchain, we have had different era of different programming languages like Rust, Go. If I started jumping into all of those things, I think I would know 500 different things and would not be an expert in any of those. So my goal usually is to stick to something that I can call myself as an expert, and then constantly learning and just looking at what is being demanded from my role in general. And I did not really get into AI. I think at least for 2 years after it essentially became popular. Machine learning was popular back then, and a lot of jobs were getting created for machine learning or data scientists, and I did not really care about that at all because my job did not really require it. But now we have this and I would say inevitable situation where companies want to use AI to go faster, and that is what I'm doing right now. You can see that the thing that I just did in maybe 2 hours or something, 2.5 hours, if I wanted to do this manually, this would have taken, I would say, at least a day or maybe three, to be honest. So creating these images, GIFs, updating the readmes, ensuring that every package that I have is not leaking any data. All of those things essentially take a lot of time, and I am now capable of looking at these AI tools and working with them. So I hope that answers the question. Do you think we are moving in that AI era where system design will be more important rather than coding skills? What's your take on that? I think coding skills are still important. I don't think learning programming languages is as important, but even coding skills, the coding skills are not only programming languages. Coding skills also require you to understand different design patterns, different practices, standards. If you're writing unit tests or not, if you're giving constraints or not, if you're giving the right spec to the AI agents or not. So there are a lot of those things that you would have to look into. So I wouldn't say it's coding versus um, system design, so to say, but yeah, I think you don't really need to learn about, I would say, for example, does JavaScript have a particular function that strips a string from index 1 to 5? What do I use? So previously when I coded, and I can still code, I remember it's substr or substring. I think substring maybe got deprecated or something. Then we have slice. So I used to work with these by hand, so I have a muscle memory, and I also remember these APIs, these functions. For example, what functions does the object class have? What functions does the array class have? How do we work with sets? You don't really need to learn those as much, but you still need to understand the difference between an array and a set. How would you use which one? How When would you use, let's say, a weak map versus a map? Which design pattern to use in certain situations? How do you work with local storage? When to work with local storage? Because if the AI is doing something and you're not able to assess if it's doing it correctly or not, then yeah, I think it's not a good situation, to be honest. The confidence level of such a situation could be very low. So I hope that answers the question. No problem at all. I'm trying to wrap this as quickly as possible, and it seems like I'm not really doing a good job at that. So now that we have this, I'm going to quickly try to generate a LinkedIn post around this as well. So just to share that we are essentially making this live, but also I want to go ahead and also look into the app as well. I'm not really sure if we have generated in this one 40 minutes. Okay, so this should also have a GIF. Hey, look at that. But it doesn't have a GIF. It has the PNG, so I think it's good enough. And there we go. What is this? The notebook is enchanted. Blah blah blah. So this one is a really nice one. Good work. Previously, we did not have these, by the way. If you have been watching the stream, you know this was not here. Now we have the AI personas. We also have this right here as well. So it's really nice. Really nice job done. Okay, so I don't think we should be looking at the. Do we really? Do we really want this to? Okay, I think it's gonna be done pretty soon. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Now I have to announce this on LinkedIn and X. Generate to posts in Markdown. Content for this. Temporary files maybe. I also want to use the best practices for LinkedIn and X. For LinkedIn, I usually go with, and then I can share what I usually go with. Hook, new line, supporting or negating statement against the hook, value, proposition, CTA, hashtags. And then I can say for X, just keep it short. Okay. Notify Tom is still in the library. And then also I can go ahead and say remove the Revive. Nope. Remove the Netlify Toml, because it says one loose end from earlier Netlify Toml is still in the library repo. So we don't really want that. Could you share some skills for Codex and Claude for building projects? I don't think I have specific skills that I can share at the moment. I do have some agent skills in the Code with Aston repository, where you can find the agentic loop that looks into the what do you call it, the GitHub repositories, for example. But no such agents or skills, I would say, that can create projects, so to say. I don't think I have those. But here are the agent skills. Let me see if there is something that is here. So the agent loop context. This is the agent loop context. So reread at the start of agent loop invocation, blah blah blah. What this loops does. What is the routine table, right? Which one, which ClickUp status to look for. So all of this information is here. Maybe if you want to have a look at that, you can have a look at that. I can share in the chat. Is lead code interviews gonna retire soon? I don't think so. Yep. I think, yeah, I think a lot of companies don't really know what they want anymore because everybody's confused. But yes, people are looking for people who can use AI, move fast, and yeah, get the job done as fast as possible without actually, leaking confidential information or breaking stuff. So that part is still important. So no dropping the databases or running the delete queries without aware in SQL. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra. Hook, break, counter statement, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's see. So it's going to attach the capture GIF or streaming GIF from the repo motion stops the scroll. Okay, let's see. So giving some really nice suggestions there. Now I'm becoming sleepy. Both the posts are in your Scratchpad, LinkedIn post, follows your structure. Okay. I wrote the last few weeks. Just add. Okay. So where is this file? In the Scratchpad. So I can quickly go ahead and say open. Or I can just do this. Where is it? A LinkedIn post. The default nobody question asked. Nobody question angle recommended. Okay. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra. Where is it? Okay. So let's copy this guy. And we should be adding the GIF. Let's see. We open this. And let's see if I can find the file. Personal NGSQL Inc. Where was the is it in docs? No. Aha, here. Should I be using this guy? Or should I be using this guy? Ah, okay. So this is the disappearing one. I think I think streaming GIF is nicer. Okay, so I've seen it. Did okay. I don't want EM dashes. That's something I could add to my I don't want to use EM dashes. I don't think I have this in any global cloud settings. Maybe I should. Didn't I? But I actually wrote that NGSQL Inc. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, so we go there. There we go. Agenda nodes. There we go. Okay, so I think we can post this. And we can also share the links in the chat. NGX Quill Inc. There we go. And we put this. I think one more thing that we could do actually, which would be really nice, is in GitHub you have this meta or social, if I am correct. Yeah, social preview. And here you can actually upload an image. Whoops, that's not the one. Period. And then talks. That's the one. Picture smaller than okay, then I'm not doing it. NGX Quilling. Then we can also take Enchanted Notebook, and then we can also have the npm packages as well. But I don't think we need to mention every single npm package. Search Quill. Oi, nope. NGX Quill Inc. This is something I did not really see. Is it recent? Ah, it is recent. But it's a rich editor. So you see here um, we don't have an image here, but maybe yeah, I like to have images so people can quickly see what has been built instead of going to look at a demo. Maybe Quill Inc. core and then NGX Quill Inc. is good. So we post it like this. I think this is good enough. Here are the links. And we post it like this. And we go ahead and go to X. Abdul Razik says, like how ChatGPT did with Hugging Face. I see what you did there. So now I'm going to add just this here. And then let's quickly get back Enchanted Nodes. But I have to get the... what happened there? Interesting. Did it delete the scratchpad or what happened there? No, it has it. I don't know what happened. Okay, so is this the one that's recommended? Yep. And we copy this and we go to X, paste it. Okay. And let's see. And should I remove this so I can post it? Okay, LeanPub is actually promoting the book. That's nice. Let's pre-post it as well. Okay, good stuff. So I think we are done for today. Finally, I can also see Abdul Razik came to came to LinkedIn as well. Good stuff. So we don't have to continue more. I think I'm also gonna see my. Ooh, I think my streak is going pretty nice. 8 days with today doing a lot of stuff. Good, 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 good. And did the guide come in as well? Nice, nice. Alrighty. So I think we're good. Um, I don't think there's anything here. Uh, okay, then we close all of this, and then we close all of this as well. I think we would have to just update the npm packages later, but I don't think it's as important, so we'll see when that happens. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Sabah. Da, 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 da. Posted them, all good. We may want, or I don't think we need to do anything here. Good. All right, awesome. So nice. I think I'm gonna call it a day. We have been streaming for 2 hours 40 minutes, and we went through building a public or building in public the enchanted nodes and also the NGX Quill library. For those of you who don't know what we have done, we essentially. Oi, where is the server running? Give me 1 second. Aha, here it is. Was it 499 or yeah, what we actually built is, or what we published is essentially the library and also the application itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the servers, let it run. I'm going to quickly show one final time what we built, and then we can call it a day. Where is it? Not this one. Let's run the enchanted notebook app and backend here locally for now. So we run it and I can show it to you. I joined late where we can get the whole video. Yeah, just when this finishes. You'll see this available on YouTube. I won't delete it. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Tons. What time every day do you do live? I don't do live streams every single day. I'm not really sure if I should. I try to focus on the videos and also some reels as well. But I do have a bunch of these projects that I want to get finished. I will try to publish them as I can, but I think we would try to finalize a streaming time, maybe early on Saturday morning, to be honest. But we'll see. The same question from Atisham as well. Do you stream every day? No, I just try to stream whenever I can. But I do want to have a fixed time, to be honest. And it's summer right now in Sweden, so it's a bit nicer. I don't want to sacrifice that for streaming as well. So we'll see what what happens. But for those of you who joined late, this application that we have, Enchanted Notebook, this one is actually live, and I want to show you the page navigation as well. I don't think we got to see that, and I'm also going to hide the widget. Let me quickly hide it. uh, the page navigation is also awesome. See, boop, 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 and I can delete it as well. um, But what I was referring to was, yes, the application itself is a notebook application. You can create your own notes, and you can create not only your notes but your thoughts, and you can have all these agents work with you on your thoughts. You have the skeptic, the editor, you have the coach, the storyteller, and the timekeeper. You can always refer to them back as well when you need help. And then you can also type if you're working on a desktop, or you can also draw as well, for example. And whatever you write is going to be it's going to be assessed by AI, and then you can basically take it from there. For example, here I'm asking, what about Claude versus Gemini? It says this is the coach. Skip the text spec comparison entirely. Your audience is worried about their livelihood, not API. And this note is about agents or orchestration. So I'm talking about, should I give a talk which is about this and then talk about Claude versus Gemini? So the coach here is saying, no, you should not even discuss this, right? Stop debating the tools and start defining the future, identify the fear, blah, 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 right? So this application, the whole application is working with Gemini. I'm pretty sure it's 3.5 Flash, but I could be wrong. And this is now open source. So you can essentially go to my GitHub, github.com/snirs, go here, start the repository, start using it right away. You can clone it, you can deploy it on your own servers and whatnot. Just make sure to tag me if you're posting it anywhere in the first place. And remembering the, yeah, I think the model is right now here. Yes, it's 2.5 Flash by default, but you could also use other models or other Gemini models, so to say, with Gemini API key. But since you have the code, you can basically switch the whole AI part to use Claude, or I don't know, use command code or Kimi or whatever. So I hope that makes sense. With that said, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, everyone who joined. Do the usual thing, the likes, the subscribes, the shares of the video. That really helps the channel grow as well. And if there's anything that you think I should be looking at, do mention in the chat. I can also see some messages from Nabil Ismail says, hello. Darak says, I'm not an experienced developer of React, but I find Azure Web Apps hosting to be unreliable. I build on GCP. Sorry, came in late. What exactly are you doing or working on, says Cornell? Yes. So I think you got your answers. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining, and I'm going to see you next time. Take care and have a good night or good